And here, as you can see, Sam had prepared the flat pita bread. Allow us to share it with you, having a small piece, passing it. You know that the hospitality of Druze is not something that we invented, but we keep this old tradition from the very old days of Abraham, when the Bible said he used to sit outside his tent, welcome whoever passes by, with no difference, no meaning for the difference of religion or origin. Just all of us are one big community of humans, sharing food and making very special relations that in Arabic till today we call them aish u milh. Aish u milh means bread and salt. And by sharing this bread that Ziham made, actually we relay very strong relations as humans, feeling as one big family. He wants me to adding more about when you enter the Druze house, you can find here a decorated piece of like bread. It's called khamire, and it symbolizes that in this house there was a wedding. Yes, and you can see it decorated. It has two pieces. One is for the bride and one's for the groom, and it symbolizes the connection between those two couples. And because we do not have any symbols of marriage on our hands, no rings in the hands for marriage, you can, when you pass by a house that you can see those decorated pieces of bread stick on the entrance, you can know that in this house there was a wedding, there is a happiness, and there's a new couple married. If it sticks for a long time, it means that these couples going to have close relations all years long of marriage. And if not, we use always high-speed glue. Many people don't know what the Druze people are, but this community, this religion and community is special due to two main reasons. First is we are a very small minority. The number of Druze believers in the whole world hardly reaches 1.5 million, spreading in 3 main countries. The Druze majority lives in Syria, about million Druze, that lives in an area called Jabal Druze, the mountain of Druze, and in the Golan Heights. In Lebanon there are less than 500,000 Druze, and maybe you've heard about the most famous person there in politics, who is Walid Jumblat. The Jumblat family is the political leaders of the Druze people in Lebanon. And here in Israel, our number reaches only 100,000 Israeli Druze citizens, as I said, spreading in 16 villages. Each one of us, wherever we live, we are loyal to the country we are born at. And that's why we don't have any special Druze nationality. And as a minority, we have a political way of life, which is, we say in Arabic, اللي بياكل من صحن السلطان بيضرب بسيفه. Whoever eats from the plate of the Sultan must raise the sword of the Sultan and defend him, which means we pay the duty for the country that we live at, and paying this duty must be at loyalty, at service in the army. This is the best way to prove our loyalty to the country, willing to die for our own lands and country. That's how we gain our freedom to have social and free religious life, even though we are a minority. I say even religiously, even Druze people don't have any needs, any political needs, and we don't even have any holy land of our own. We don't need to create our own Druze country. To you I can say that we even don't have a Druze land as you have a Disneyland in America. It's okay, Israel is my home, and the same I believe that Druze people who live in Syria feel that Syria is their own home. And this is a hard situation. Politically, it's a very hard situation as long as we're divided in enemy countries. The other special thing about the Druze people is the religion itself, is the way of belief. And it's historically, it is true to say that the Druze people actually are not a new religion, but it's some sort of a stream that was separated from the wide Islamic world. And that's why historically we are also considered to be Muslims in our identity, because this religion developed as one of 72 different religious streams in the Islam. As there is Sunnis and Shias and Alawis in Syria, or Ahmadis or the Baha'is and so on, so many groups. Part of those groups, also the Druze people are considered to be one of those 72 different streams in the Islam. In the year of 1957, the volunteering to the Israeli army stopped by the Druze people, and instead there was a law even accepted in the Israeli parliament, in the Knesset, that forces every Druze young man who reached the age of 18 must join the army for 3 years of duty as any other Jewish person. The main difference is that our ladies and religious men do not join the army in order not having a total assimilation, let's say, and losing part of our Druze religious and social identity. And what proves the strong connection with the Jewish is that the highest average of Israeli soldiers who fell doing their duty for the country, comparing to the number of population in one settlement in Israel, is the highest among a Druze village called Beit Jan, which is near Sfat city on the Myron mountain. There almost each family lost at least one of their sons for the country.